Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome back to my Astrology 101. In today's session, we're going to jump in and explore those zodiac signs. This session does build off of the first session that I did a couple of weeks ago, where I introduced astrological birth charts. If you haven't seen that video, I would highly recommend that you pause this video and go watch the introduction to your birth chart. This will help give you the foundation to what we're building off of in this session. I have put a card above and a link below to that video to help you be able to, catch up and start to learn more about your zodiac signs, as you do have more than one zodiac sign that makes you up, as you are that dynamic, multifaceted person. Most of us know that there are 12 zodiac signs. Most of us usually favor our sun sign. It's the one we know the most about. Like I said, in this session, we're going to start to explore the vast dynamic aspects of each zodiac. Now, each zodiac is put into the elements. Here you can see the fire elements: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Within each of these elements, they have some core characteristics, common traits that make them very much that unique fire sign. So for fire signs, it's that passion for life, seizing those opportunities, that independence and action, and the less than happiness that they have when they are perceived to be vulnerable. The earth signs, or the earth zodiac, would be the Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Their common traits: that very stable, grounded, dependable, and reliable, ever practical and predictable zodiac signs. Of course, these are the common traits. Each of them you will find that have a little bit of a different spin on them. Going on to the air sign, Gemini, Libra, and that very crazy Aquarius. Yes, the water bearer is an air sign. I don't know how many times that trips people up, but Aquarius is an air sign. The common traits: that intellectual and curious social butterfly, the lover of communication, and able to think on their feet. I didn't put this in here. They also, all three of them, do struggle when Mercury goes into retrograde because of that communication. Again, it's an important element. This is why astrology is so complex. It's so amazing. The water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Most of us know that the water signs, they have that intense emotion, very observant, creative, vivid imagination. Also, the more mysterious and private of the zodiac. Now, each zodiac is then put into three other groups: the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable qualities. These are important because, again, this clusters them into separate groups. The cardinal, we have Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. The fixed qualities of Taurus, Scorpio, Libra, and Aquarius. The mutable, the Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces group. So what are these different qualities? Well, the cardinal, they're the bringer of the new season. They are trendsetters, promoters, leaders, plus idea people. And they transition. Aries comes in on the spring equinox, so Aries ushers in the spring. Cancer on summer solstice brings in summer. Libra, fall equinox, got that autumn abundance. Capricorn, winter. The fixed qualities. This is the middle kid. They're the workhorses, the to-do people, the stabilizers. They are also very fixed, hence the name, in their ideas. They're not so good at thinking outside that box. The mutables, however, are more adaptable. And I love this association. They're the chameleons that fit in everywhere. They end a season and help people prepare for change. What does this mean for you? Well, we're going back to this astrological birth chart. Like I said in the introduction, we're a lot more than just one. I know we associate very much with one. However, we're more than that. And of course, this is the same example that I used in the last session, where this is Marilyn Monroe's astrological birth chart. You can see she's got, and there are a lot of doubles, like she's got Mercury in Gemini, and Mercury does not always go in Gemini, guys. It's just how this astrological birth chart flew. We've got Pisces, we've got Aries, Aquarius a couple of times. You start to see that there's a lot more. And I will be going into all the different planets. I'm going to explain Chiron. I'm going to explain it all. We did go into the ascendant, which is your riser or your ascender, your sun and your moon. This is why I want to go through each of these signs, because they do make up the fuller picture of you. This is why when you read your horoscope or you read a trait or a quality of one of the single zodiac, it doesn't always fit. It doesn't make sense, and it's not who you are. So let's get into these amazing signs. And we're gonna hit with an explosion. We hit with fire. Why do we hit with fire though? We start with Aries, but why? Well, we can blame the Babylonians. They developed the initial zodiac system a few years ago, 2500, give or take, and they assigned Aries as the first sign. And when you think about it, it does make sense because it does usher in the spring. Aries, what can we say about Aries? They're hot. Well, Aries is the sign of the ram. This is what it looks like in the sky. Well, okay, that's hard to see. I won't lie, there is a lot of artistic leeway, wiggle room that comes in on this. This is the symbol, this kind of double horns, if you will, this stylized V that you will see on your astrological birth chart. You don't always see the name, you will see the symbols. Aries for sun sign is March 21st through the 19th. And this little graphic here, you can see the ram, or what was intended to be the ram. I know, like I said, some of them make a lot more sense and you're like, oh, I can see that. Other ones, lots of artistic flair. The planetary ruler, Mars. Not shocking. Aries, of course, is the Greek god of war. Mars, the Roman aspect. What does it represent? The golden fleece. And that's the mythology behind Aries. If Aries, and we're going to go through all 12 of them, if this is a predominant zodiac or an important zodiac, I would highly recommend that you look into the mythology. They have fantastic stories behind all of them. And as I'm a tarot girl, couldn't resist the major arcana. Of course, we have the Emperor. The colors associated, red, black, and white. Crystals, garnet, carnelian, and diamond. Now, do you need to use these 3 crystals to connect into Aries? Only if you want. These are recommendations. If you were born in March, well, your birthstone is the aquamarine. Yeah, that may not be one that you would normally associate with Aries. However, because it's part of you, go with what feels right. Now, I should say there are minor arcana to each zodiac. However, it's a lot more complicated, and I will probably have to dedicate a whole video just to explain it. Each zodiac has traits and qualities that make up that specific zodiac. Some are high vibrational. We like them. That intensity, the passion, the competition, the courageousness. That said, some people find that overwhelming, especially if Aries isn't one of their astrological zodiacs. If Aries doesn't fall in their birth chart. So no, even too much of a high vibrational energy that society, quote unquote, deems high vibrational and a positive quality, it can be seen as a low vibrational quality by others. Some of the low vibes that you can get, the selfish, temperamental, hot-headed, absolutely, impatient, reckless energy. Does that describe you to a T? No, because unless Aries is the only zodiac that appears in your birth chart, again, you have lots of different zodiac and qualities that make you you. And after the hot of Aries, we go into the Taurian energy. Taurus, sign of a bull. This kind of really funny wishbone shape-ish is what it looks like in the sky. And this kind of fun, it kind of looks like a bull's face, a stylized bull's face is the symbol. I will let you guys know, I'm a visual learner, so I use a lot of visual cues when it comes to, this is the symbol. This is how I remember it. It kind of looks like a bull's face. Taurus. So I'm not sure why this little icon brought in this extra bit here, but it did. This is the zodiac, the symbol. Again, some stylization there, but I get it. Sun sign, April 20th to May 20th. Planetary ruler, Venus. We know it represents a bull. The mythology, though, there's a couple of them, and some of them don't have just one, they'll have a couple ideas. One is the white bull of Zeus. There's also a fantastic lore around a bull for Poseidon. Again, if Taurus is a predominant or one of your faves, I would highly recommend that you go look into it. Major Arcana, the Hierophant. The colors, pink and white. Crystals, rose quartz, lapis lazuli, green aventurine. Again, only recommendations, not a must. The vibrations, these traits. Of course, you're going to see a lot of these same words in all the earthy energies. The dependable, grounded, stable. This adds in, Taurus has that romantic, artistic flair because it is connected into Venus. That's its ruling planet. And, well, Venus is the Roman aspect of Aphrodite. We do have that patient and very gentle energy that comes in with this stoic bull. Low vibrations. Of course, you get the possessiveness, the stubborn, and this happens with a lot of the earthy energies. They're considered lazy or slow. And when I say slow, it's not slow cognitive, it's the slower motions, the slower movements. And that's an earthy trait. Do I see that as a low vibe? Again, it depends on the degree. Sometimes you do need to slow down. We do need to take a page out of this amazing Zodiac's playbook. And sometimes we do need a little bit of extra speed. It depends on the situation and what's going on for you. So, what does this mean? Well, we've only done 2 out of the 12. I am trying to keep these bite-sized pieces between 10, well, usually around 15 to 20 minutes. I have chunked the other 10 into 2 separate sessions because there is a lot of information I'm throwing at you. And like I said in my past videos, I will be giving my Patreon community cheat sheets that they can take from these sessions because it is a lot of information. If you're looking for some added support, I do have a community. Not only do they get extra pieces like this learning, however, they also get extra readings, lots of extra little perks to support them in their growth and development. I have put a link below, so if you want to come check it out, please do. It's a fantastic community. I want to thank everybody for joining me today and starting to dip their toes in to these amazing zodiac signs. If you did like this session, please give it a thumbs up and let me know which zodiac is the most predominant for you. And if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything that I post. As you can tell, I post quite frequently. Again, I want to thank you for starting to explore these amazing zodiac signs with me. Until tomorrow, my friends.